Hey everyone, it's a quick video to go through another nutrition challenge basically for the kind of second week. And just a reminder, if you haven't done the calorie challenge, it's the post is in the announcements on the page. I highly recommend everyone go back and do that if you haven't done it yet. It's just to track your calories and to see what your current intake is like and get a better idea of where you should be. It doesn't mean like that you have to do that forever or do it for the entire month or anything like that. Like, we don't promote that. I want to establish that people are counting calories day in, day out, or going down that road, because it's just tedious. But everyone should do it and understand what their calories look like and where. It might just be like some people have said, geez, I didn't realize my snacks were as big as they were. It might just be something as simple as that. And once you go through the process and learn it, then it's kind of done. So if you haven't done that, go back and do that first. In terms of like priority for body composition and for your weight, calories is going to be the number one thing. So you can have a perfectly healthy diet and still gain weight if you're eating too much. And the same token, people can have like really bad diets and lose weight. Which obviously isn't recommended, but so that's going to be the first order of priority, and that's why I'm doing them in this order. So calories is number one. The next most important thing is protein, which this challenge is going to be about this week, and it's just literally to try hit a certain protein number each day of the week this week, and every day beyond that too. But using MyFitnessPal or similar to, or just counting on labels, just trying to figure out how much protein you're actually taking in. So your daily protein target should be 1.5 times your body weight, and when you measure your weight in kilograms. So a 70 kilo person should be aiming for like 105 grams of protein per day. A 60 kilo person should be aiming for 90 grams of protein per day. An 80 kilo person should be aiming for 120 grams of protein per day. And that protein should be spread out over each meal. And the reason why, I'll link the protein video down below too. But the reason why it's so important is, particularly when we're aiming for fat loss and we're trying to create a calorie deficit, your body can break down tissue, and that tissue can be muscle or fat. And your body will break down muscle tissue if you let it. So the two ways you hang on to muscle are using your muscle, doing workouts, which we obviously are doing, and then having adequate protein to protect that muscle. Because we don't want the scenario whereby people, and you've probably seen people that do this, or you might have happened to yourself, where people like go on a weight loss diet and they lose weight, but they lose a lot of muscle and they still have a lot of the fat. So that's why it's so important to keep that protein high. And this is, like, when this clicks, this is probably the most significant or noticeable change from what we do in terms of diet compared to what people may have previously done. Once this clicks and you get into the habit of eating protein every single meal, a lot of the other stuff kind of looks after itself. It's kind of easy then. You'll wonder then how you got by without doing that before, and it's going to help promote maximal recovery from everything we do as well. So the key is just having a large protein feeding at each breakfast, lunch and dinner, and then making up the difference in your snacks. So that's the challenge for this week, trying to track your protein. You can ideally track it on MyFitnessPal. If you haven't been doing that, or you don't want to do that, maybe you can just literally track and check labels, and you can just write it down or whatever. And it doesn't have to be an exact figure. It can be plus or minus a little bit. Like, it doesn't mean it's a failed day if you don't get to your exact figure. If you go over it, that's probably even better. But you should be getting pretty close to it each day. Any questions, as always, just pop them in a comment below.